A visit to the Museum of Jihad, Herat, Afghanistan. Narration ready for a 5-minute video. One peaceful morning, I found myself walking toward a place I had only heard about. A place where memories of war live in silence, the Museum of Jihad in Herat, Afghanistan. The entrance fee was $10, but what I stepped into felt priceless. The garden outside was calm. The flowers moved gently with the breeze. It was quiet, almost too quiet. A strange stillness hung in the air, like the breath held before tears fall. I took a deep breath and walked in. A guide greeted me kindly. We entered the first gallery, walls lined with old weapons, rifles, grenades, tattered uniforms. These weren't just tools of war. They were the shadows of men who once held them, fathers, sons, brothers, many of them now gone. The labels were faded. But each item told a loud story. Then, we approached the main hall. As the door creaked open, a wave of sound washed over me. Slow, sorrowful music, the kind that pulls memories from the soul. Inside, the light dimmed, and the world around me shifted. There were statues, not of kings or generals, but of ordinary fighters, mujahideen, standing firm. Beside them, statues of injured civilians. A mother clutching her child. A soldier falling beside a burned-out vehicle. Children, frozen in time, staring at a world they never got to finish. And then, came the sounds. Gunshots. Screams. Shouts in panic. The roar of warplanes. The hiss of flames. The echoes of lives torn apart. No, this wasn't just a museum. This was memory. This was pain. This was sacrifice carved into stone and sound. I stood there, not as a visitor, but as a witness. For a moment, it felt like time had stopped. As if the voices of the past were asking, "Do you remember us?" In that silence, I heard their answer, "We were real. We loved. We lost. But we stood." The dust, the smell of old metal, the flicker of light. Everything pulled me deeper into a part of history most of the world has forgotten. But a nation still carries in its heart. And then, as I prepared to leave, I looked around one last time. Not with sadness, but with respect. Because I knew now, this museum is not about war. It's about resistance. It's about faith. It's about people who refuse to be erased. This museum stands in Herat. If you ever get the chance, come and see not only what was lost, but what survived. And if this story touched you, like the video, share it with others. And help keep their memory alive.